Tell me a bit about Stalker.
Well, Stalker actually was the first film, the first feature-length film that Black and Blue kind of started making. We made a short called Karma Magnet, then we started on Stalker, and then for some reason we ended up making 2 films in between. So we've come back to it in the last 6 months to finish it off, which is why it's taken so long. But really, Jonathan Softcott came to me a while back and he said, look, I've got the rights to House on Straw Hill, which is that movie that's been blacklisted, forever in British cinema. And he showed me the DVD, and I could understand why it was blacklisted, which nobody should ever watch it. But we took the basic idea out of it, the writer going to a country house to escape her demons and to get some kind of like headspace so she could concentrate on writing a book. So we took that general idea and we played with it, but the more we played with it, and the more I wrote the script, it was pulling further and further away from House on Straw Hill. So it's gone off on its own kind of tangent, but taking the basic seed from that House on Straw Hill.
So you wrote the script and this is your directorial debut.
Yeah.
What was that process like?
Well, it's pretty straightforward, to be honest, because I've been acting since I was 7 years old. That's 43 years this year.
Couldn't possibly be that long.
Yeah, it's 43 years this year. So it was kind of like I've been involved in entertainment and acting for a long, long time. So to step up to the mark and direct after 43 years of experience was kind of like pretty straightforward, and if you write the script, it was kind of you're processing the whole images in your head all the time. So it was I think it was something that I had to do.
Why did you decide to do a horror film? Are you a fan?
I've always been a fan of horror, always, But I think from the moment I watched, I know I was going away on holiday and I watched The Mummy, Hammer's The Mummy, on the night before I went away on holiday, and it scared the life out of me when I was a young kid. And from there, then I loved The Omen, the first Omen, and I think it was The Omen, and then onto The Exorcist, and it was those movies that kicked me into gear. And ever since then, I'm addicted to horror.
You're also, as I remember, in an episode of Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's quite a long time ago. I'm trying to think, I can't remember who else was in that one with me. But it was set in an old Colditz prisoner of war camp, wasn't it?
You, I think, were a Nazi prisoner of war in a British war camp.
That's right. Yeah, it all blends into one. I was just about to say I'm a vampire in a prisoner of war or something like that. But no, yeah, you're right, yeah. But Tales from the Crypt are so great, when something like that comes up, you jump at them,
Did you hear that there's going to be a remake, apparently, of the Tales from the Crypt series?
Oh, really? Oh, well, listen, that comes around once every, 10 years they start to make a remake. The one I did was the remake of the original, So they get around to it every now and again. Someone's got the rights to it and they bring it out of the closet, dust it down, and they shoot them again. But, there's that. And the other thing that I loved, I think, that pushed me in horror direction was when I was a kid watching Tales from the Unexpected, which was kind of light horror. But some of them were fantastic, the way they were shot. And they were kind of like small horror shorts. Even today, I think you could go back to that show, you could pick up an amazing story and turn it into a feature, because they were written so well.
So when can we expect to see Stalker?
Stalker's out its premieres here on the 15th of October.